I'm 21 years old and I'm a local hooper here in Greenpoint. Yeah, so I play basketball a lot in my free time. It's probably one of my favorite things I do. It's a good stress reliever. It's spend some time with my friends and something I enjoy doing. But unfortunately, in the past 7 years, span of 7 years, I've torn both of my ACLs. Kind of put my basketball career at a halt, and never really was the same after that. So in the first tear, I tore my MCL as well as my meniscus. I had to get that surgically repaired, which
Did you tear both of them at the same time?
yeah, it'll happen at the same time, and that required an extra, I'd say maybe a month of rehab to get past. And then in the second tear, it was part of my MCL, but my meniscus was luckily okay. Yeah, my first one happened in high school. I was a sophomore in high school, and the second one happened when I was actually a sophomore in college.
So
It's terrible, truthfully. I mean, for the first tear, I did rehab for about 3 months. And then after that, it was all about just strengthening my legs. Couldn't really play basketball for a total of 9 months after that. And for the second one, it was pretty similar. 3, 4 months of rehab, strengthening, no basketball. And I mean, now I play light basketball. It's all right. But again, I never really was the same after that. No matter how much rehab you do for an ACL injury, you're never really back at 100%. So it's just really tough to come back from. And I'd say the biggest part about the whole process was coming back from it mentally. You can come back physically, but it's really difficult to step on the court, to start pivoting again, to kind of be who you were before. So I took a first occasion was definitely the more horrifying one. I mean, that was the one where I tore not just my ACL, but my MCL and my meniscus. So that takes a lot of force to do. So I mean, the first one, I was up in the air going for a layup. I collided with somebody midair, and just the way I landed put way too much pressure on my knee to the point where I tore basically most of the ligaments in my knee. So, I mean, being someone that never really got injured at the time, really prided myself on that. I didn't think much of it at first. You know, I thought I could walk it off. I thought everything's gonna be okay. So I took maybe 15, 20 minutes to kind of walk it off, maybe relax a little bit, felt a little bit better. And then I took a step, and all I felt was my knee just completely shift. And that's when I knew something really serious did happen. So, called the ambulance, and all my friends kind of waited with me, and I was just in complete shock. From the court to the hospital was a whole different just sense of fear by itself. I mean, when I was at the court, there were maybe around 15 people lined up around me, just asking me what happened. Then the ambulance came, brought the stretcher out, wheeled me in there, and just found myself laying back there, just again really in my own thoughts, thinking what's gonna happen, what's next. And worse than that, since I was in a complete state of shock in the ambulance, I started shaking a lot, and they didn't really know what to do with that. So, I mean, they tried everything, but no matter what, I just couldn't stop kind of vigorously just shaking. Last the whole time till I got to the hospital. And hospital's not really a pleasant place to be. I mean, you just enter there, it's very gray. Well, I'm still playing basketball. Might be a bit counterintuitive after having both of your ACLs, but it's something I can't really get away from. But on a more deeper level, it did teach me to kind of go out and experience life and just go out, try new experiences, just go see the world. Because being stuck inside for that long, you realize that walking and just going out, having the freedom to do anything, something you really take for granted. And now I do realize that since I do have, the ability to go out to try new things, I should make the most of it. Because at the end of the day, it won't always last. You never know what traumatic experience you might go through that prevents you from going through something.